not be allowed to speak in public.
When our land was our land, can you people come outside to speak?
Once you are a thief, you can never be allowed
because in
to
our
speak
land,
in the gathering.
once
you are a criminal, you will not be allowed to speak in public. Once you are a thief, you can never be allowed to speak in the gathering of the elders. It's impossible. You cannot do it. But of course, we are living in strange times. We are living in the time of the Fulani Janjaweed. That was, if not that people rose up and said, no, Ararume would have been the governor of Imo State today. Another criminal, another murderer, another killer. These are the type of vagrants that the Fulanis are bringing to come and lead us. Dave Umahi, you're telling me you don't understand what happened to your people. You don't understand that we lost 5 million people. Look at all the commissioners of police saying, oh, don't come outside. No, you can go. Dishonor the dead. Don't remember your heroes. Let me remind you what they did to you, because some of you do not know. As they were running from the aircraft, as the massacre was going on, there were Igbo people amongst the custom officers, and they dropped their chalk and they fled, only to be shot in the main terminal by other soldiers. I hope, Dave Umahi, you're listening to me very carefully. I am not the person to remind you to honor the dead. Because with great position comes great responsibility. I don't want to denigrate the death of Abiola because he did very well for his people. The Yoruba political leaders, they fought and agitated until June 12 became a public holiday. Is that not true? One man, one Yoruba man. And we lost over 5 million people. Do you see why you people are not leaders? Why you're not cut out to lead? Have you not seen Netanyahu stand before the whole world during the commemoration of Holocaust that happened in Europe? Every blessed year. Every blessed year. Have you not seen Her Britannic Majesty, the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II, stand at the cenotaph the 11th of November every blessed year to remember those that fought and died for their country? Do you also know, Dave Umahi, in your stupidity, you don't even begin to acknowledge that had all these men that perished in the trenches had they not died in the trenches, look at what is happening in Plateau, look at what is happening in Taraba, look at what is happening in what's it called, in Benue. Look at what is even happening in Niger State. The same thing, look at what is happening in Yoruba land. The same thing could have been happening to us today. Let me tell you something that you don't know. Because these men fought and died for us. They gave us hope. That was the job of Ojukwu. Ojukwu was the Moses of our time, our trailblazer. God used Ojukwu to say to us, there is a promised land somewhere called Biafra. Only when you people are worthy will I lead you to that land. Israelites were wandering all over the wilderness for 40 years. We have been wandering now for over 50 years because of our sinful nature, because of our wickedness against our own people. This same army that killed our people and slaughtered us is the same army that you criminals are inviting into our land to kill the same people, that their fathers were killed by the same vagabonds that you're bringing in. Do you see why we despise, why you people are lower than vermin? One, you don't even know your responsibilities. You have no idea what it means to be a leader. You don't have a clue what it means to be a leader of a people. You people should have been the ones directing us and saying, these are the days we honor. These are the things we are going to do. Did you take the lead? The answer is no. Until IPOB came, or until Chukwuka Biama determined that we should come. Instead of you to say, this is a very laudable initiative. How do we get the government of Nigeria to acknowledge 30th of May as the day that a grave injustice was done to a particular race? You idiots, due to what I will call political expediency, you are more or less interested in safeguarding your own private political position. Shame on all of you. Some of you say, oh, but the Yoruba agitators, they don't insult their leaders. But their leaders fought for the death of one man, one single man, Abiola, to be recognized and immortalized in the calendar of, should I say, Nigerian politics. You lost over 5 million people out of cowardice and fear. You can't even rise up to defend or argue for the right of these people to be remembered. Do you see why you're not leaders and can never lead? All of you are rent boys. Well, you are just in office serving full and interest, and you claim you're governors. No matter if I were to be a governor, or had I been a governor in our land, there is no amount of provocation that would make me to go to Abuja to beg for Fulani soldiers to come into our land to kill our people. I will never do it. Never. Not in a billion years. But it goes to show the level of hatred that these people have for us. It goes to show the extent they are prepared to go in order to subdue the truth. And Dave Umahi is the one championing it. Why are you threatening people with their economic livelihood? Why? Their means of survival. Why? Because you know you will lose. In a straight fight, you will lose. I suppose Adama is now losing. You people can make all the noise you like. You can come out and talk whatever rubbish. You can falsify the news. You can pay all the journalists in the zoo to write your own narrative. That's entirely your business. But the truth will always speak for itself. And the truth of the matter is that you people cannot win this very war. You cannot win it. Not in a trillion years, you cannot win. Nobody in history has ever defeated a volunteer army of the people. Go and read history. Nobody ever. Go and study it very, very well. We are in very critical times. If you go to my page, you will read it. I only tweeted a bit of it so that others can see. If you Google it, Times Magazine of London, 7th of October 1966, you will see what they did to us in your so-called one Nigeria. If after going through this, if after reading all this, you still believe in one Nigeria, as a Biafran, more or less as an Igbo person, as an Efik person, as an Ibibio person, then believe you me, there is something fundamentally wrong with your brain cells. You're not well. And these are the people that the likes of Ojo Zokalo, Dave Umahi are forcing us to belong to. These are the people that killed us. Imagine what our soldiers will be thinking in their graves, wherever they're lying today. That the same people that came to annihilate our race are being invited into our land to continue the killing by those that claim they are political leaders. And you want me to respect you? How is that possible? How is that possible, I ask you? How? If not for IPOB, would anybody remember 30th of May? Of course not. But you are political leaders. We are the leaders. We want to go. Look at the idiot. So after this very pathetic and hopeless display of cowardice and mediocrity, you think I will allow you to go to Abuja to go and negotiate on behalf of IPOB? Is that what you think? One Fulani will look at you, you will start wetting your pants. Your boxers ought to be soaked in your memory because you're a coward, a wretched coward. The only place you people have strength in this life is to bring army to attack your own people. That is the only time that you're human. That is the only time you want to exercise your powers. But when Mietiala was raping and killing our mothers, you wretched, idiotic coward Dave Umahi came on television and was crying like a little baby. Did you ask the army to come to kill Mietiala or to flush them out of Ebonyi State? No, you did not. I gave the order to the men on the ground. And today, we have rid Ebonyi State of Mietiala terrorist group. You did not do it. We did it. Not you. The only time it matters to you is to bring in army to kill your people. That is the only time you people have courage and strength. That is why you people don't deserve to live. I'm telling you the truth. You people are evil, beyond evil. Look at Gani Adams. Iba Gani Adams. Look at Akintoye. Professor Akintoye, look at Sunday Igboho. Let me ask all you idiots from the East, fools, how many times have you heard any so-called Yoruba intelligentsia or politician rise up and say, arrest them all, kill them all, do this, how many times I'm asking you? How many times? Yet you don't learn anything. That is why Fulanis are begging Yoruba every day, begging them, we will give you this, don't break away. But look at you idiots begging every day. Oh, yes, sir, yes, yes, Alhaji, yes, Alhaji. You have nothing, but you don't learn. You're not intelligent, all of you. So-called governors, you don't know nothing. They come, they promise you Senate President. The only people that had about 6 or 7 Senate President, the only one group of people out of their idiocy. When Fulani now saw all this nonsense with the help and support of the British, their white masters, ordinary Senate President you can no longer have, you can no longer get, you can no longer enjoy, never again. The time they gave it to you, it was like ping pong. After this person is that, after, what's that man's name again? I've forgotten his name. After that, it was Chubakadibo. After Chubakadibo, it was Payosang. After Payosang, oh my God in heaven, only one people. The same thing you're doing today, therefore, all of you idiotic governors. That's what you're doing. And when you were doing it, you thought you were doing your people a great service, but you were doing them a greater disservice. Do you know why? After all that nonsense you did, thinking you're serving Obasanjo, all of you are loyal, you go behind the back. Evans undermined Chubakadibo. Chubakadibo came out and undermined God knows whoever. The other person, Peros and him came, one but came, only you people, only one people. And when you were doing it, you thought you were advancing your political careers. But today, look at the consequences. No Igbo man holds any meaningful position, not even deputy, none. That tells you that the path you people are traveling is disastrous. Disastrous. What stops you from, there is something called magnanimity. What stops all these governors from being magnanimous? To say, okay, you people have done very well so far. Let us take it over from here. Every 30th of May, there's going to be a lockdown of all our land. At least, if you try it only once, believe you me, the next day your phone will ring. And that your boyfriend, that your lover, that Alhaji that is loving you, he will upgrade you maybe from one room to the penthouse of the hotel, maybe Transcorp, where they're using you people in Abuja, because you're all rent boys. We know that for sure. We know that before they give you any position, that's what they do. They will sleep with you. Isn't that what they do to all of you? All these people you call the government, ask them who doesn't have a boyfriend that is an Alhaji in the north. But they are married with kids. That is why they have no soul. The Fulani will need to do that to them. It's called Dandaudu, in order to remove the humanity from them. If you don't know, let me tell you. These are the idiots. Some of you, wretched, I don't know how to describe you. These are the idiots you call your leaders. Do you know the meaning of leadership? Do you even understand the meaning of leadership? Look at Yoruba governors. They are singing Yoruba national anthem in their schools. Compare that to the idiots that you have in Biafra land. Dave Umahi. That's is a local, I don't know how to put it in English language. We'll see. I am warning everybody tonight, if you come out on the 31st on Monday, you are going to die. I don't want Nigerian army to kill you and then you start blaming people that are innocent. Because some of you hate yourselves. Self-hatred is the key killer of the destiny of the East. Self-hatred. When you hate yourself, other people will hate you 4 times over. If you come out on the 31st, I'm warning everybody you're going to die. That very day. And should the Zoo army attempt any stupidity, they will be confronted on that very day too. I want people to leave the roads open. Can you hear this way on the 31st? Don't come outside. So that stray bullet will not touch you. Don't come outside. Let us settle this nonsense once and for all. Because the Nigerian army, they are made up of cowards. They always attack civilians. That's what they do. You defeat them, they start attacking civilians. Today, they blocked Head Bridge. Can you imagine such rubbish? They blocked Head Bridge, shouting like mad people. What they are trying to do is to see if by inflicting collective punishment on the populace, somehow you will turn against people who are fighting for your liberation. I want to remind them that the Cameroonian army tried it in Ambazonia and it failed after 8 months. Now every Ambazonian is a freedom fighter. You know, sometimes they think that by oppressing people, by killing people, somehow they will scare you into submission, not knowing that they are grooming and breeding hardened freedom fighters that despise the zoo with every sinew of their body. That's what they don't understand it. Look at Imo State. Only because you killed the consul. Only because of Kibru. Look at Imo State. Imagine when you kill the top leadership of IPOB and then you get to us. Imagine what will happen. Even every living organism, including Amoeba and Euglena varieties, even single cell animals will perish. We are getting there very closely. And you are going to suffer. The zoo will suffer. And all of you informants, let me warn you, if you know your brother, your uncle, your sister is an informant, please prepare for their burial because they're going to die. If you're an Eze, Igwe, PG, all these people, and you're pointing hand, saying IPOB lives here, they live there, it is only a matter of time you're going to die. You will die. Because you are part and parcel of those pointing out freedom fighters to be killed by the enemy. Are you telling me that Ojukwu fought for nothing? That all our soldiers that perished between 67 and 70, that they all died for nothing? Is that what you're telling me? That today you're proudly working for the Fulani Janjaweed. Today, the border has been opened in the West. Oduduwa fighters have confronted the Sioux, they have opened their border in the West. Are you aware of that? Are you aware that gallant Oduduwa fighters have opened the front in the West? All you do is to gossip, come to Facebook, come to be writing junk, rubbish every blessed day. When they came to my house to kill me on the 14th of September 2017, did I do anything wrong to the zoo? I was fighting for my people, that's all. When they killed us at National High School, what did we do wrong? At Mpo, what did we do? How did we offend anybody? I ask you, nothing. They were killing us. Now that God has sent his angels to come and protect the weak, now you have discovered where your pen is. Every day you're typing and writing rubbish, as if it has any effect or it will have any effect on us. Of course, you know it will never have any effect on us. Look at the people telling you, do not come out, make sure you obey this at home order by Nnamdi Kanu. Don't obey him. The same people, but in their own land, they have Sharia. When they were agitated, when all these police commissioners in River State, in Imo State, in Abia, in Enugu, in Ebonyi, when you Muslims were agitating for Sharia in the north, did anybody stop you? But you're in our land. You're in our land, telling us what to do. I said it before and allow me to repeat. As soon as Biafra comes, at every entry point into Biafra, every seaport, every airport, every land crossing, there will be a DNA kit. We'll have a sample of Fulani Janjaweed DNA on one side, and we'll have a sample of Biafran DNA on another side. We'll test everybody coming in and leaving. If you have Fulani Janjaweed DNA inside you, we'll send you back to the Sahel. You go there and live with them. You people make me sick. They don't understand that they're making us stronger. You don't know. Go and look at the history of freedom fighting. You are making us stronger. Hitler killed 6 million Jews, thinking after killing them, somehow the Jews will bow and submit. Today, Israel has the best army in the whole world. That's how human life is. I want to let Dave Omeire understand something. Take your phone. Some of you have 3 or 4 phones. Take one of your phones. Tell that your phone, your mobile phone, you're holding in your right or left hand, I am going to use you to injure my body. You see, this body you're going to suffer. Start to rub your phone on a particular spot at the back of your arm or anywhere of your body. Keep rubbing it. Every day, keep rubbing it. You know, previously your skin used to be very soft. But as time goes on, you will find out that that place you've been rubbing all the time, putting pressure all the time, has acquired some measure of hardness. That is human nature for you. And I want every Fulani Janjaweed to do this very, very simple experiment. Take any object, be rubbing it against your skin slowly. That's your skin that is very soft. After 3 or 4 days, you will notice that that part you've been rubbing all the time has developed a semblance of toughness. Even in nature do not capitulate. What makes you think that we are going to capitulate? Impossible. Maybe your father is a permanent secretary, or maybe minister, or maybe commissioner, or maybe eating from Hope or Dave Omeire. Maybe they gave you a contract. All of you. Nobody is stopping you from enjoying whatever you're enjoying with government. But allow those fighting for their freedom to fight for their freedom. You have no right to intervene. Allow me to read. On the 31st, if you come outside, you will die. If you're a road transporter, if you're a transport worker or whatever, you know how people behave. They want to die. Who can tell me what to do? I'm going to drive. That day you will perish. On the 31st, you will perish. So that when you die and go to the world beyond, you will meet the likes of Ikozo, and they will even deal with us. They're dealing with that idiot Atahiru right now. Do you understand me? The era of our idiocy has come and gone. All that, the era of a Fulefu has finished in 2021. If you finish writing all your rubbish, on Monday you will sit at home. On Monday you will be inside your house. Because there are places in our land where foolishness is in very high supply. Omeire is one of them. one of the most foolish places we have on this earth is Omeire, my so-called hometown. Very foolish people. That was the last headquarters of Biafra before Biafra fell. But they are very, very foolish. But on Monday, we are going to teach them a lesson on Monday. Let them come out again to go to Ban Market, to go and open shop. I want anybody, any chairman of any market that is opened, any market you open, the chairman will hear from us. In Biafra land, any market you open, you will hear from us. Another idiotic place is Enugu, our own capital. Look at how foolish all Biafran capitals are. Enugu is another place. I don't know if half of them is born by Fulani. I have no idea. I'm warning all of you in Enugu. On the 31st, you sit at home. If you come outside, you will experience miracle. That miracle you've been waiting for all your life, you will see it in broad daylight. Enugu is known for their stupidity and non-compliance. Omeire is known for their stupidity and non-compliance, and those are Abakaliki. If you attempt to come out in any of these places, anything that befalls you, you carry it on your own head. Because you people are foolish. On the 12th of June, all of you will sit at home. It will be a holiday. You will remember a Yoruba man. You idiots. You will remember a Yoruba man by sitting at home. One man only. In our own case, we lost 5 million people. And you can, if you don't sit at home, we'll make you sit at home by force. People, no wonder we are suffering. You would have no appreciation of the sacrifice of the dead. You think everything is mercantilism, is buying and selling. You convert every situation into a currency. You always look at the monetary value of every circumstance you find yourself in. That is why we have saboteurs and traitors within. They want to convert their position into money so that Abuja can recognize them and come and give them money. But we'll get all of you one after the other. You will see what will happen to you. Worry is Biafra land. They must join the lockdown. Asaba always complies. Asaba will comply. I want Calabar to be locked down as well, everywhere, because we all died together. To all of to Janjaweed, we are all Nyamri. That's how they see us. Ken Serowe has been forgotten, hasn't he? Nobody remembers Ken Serowe anymore. Because we cannot come together to fight. But the time has come. We must come together to fight everywhere. Can you imagine? Do you think that a Southern Commissioner of Police in Kanu will tell them what to do? They'll cut off his head that same night. But an idiot can come to our land and tell us what to do. They'll give money to punch this way, give money to all these corrupt journalists. They will write whatever rubbish. And you're claiming you're serving the people when you're serving the enemy. The Nigerian army cannot fight any war or battle. They are cowards. Anytime they are defeated, they will go to the nearest village to look for who to kill. I was told that they plan to go to Ihiala tonight because they are cowards. Go to the bush and look for people who are looking for you. You're going from house to house, doing showman, gara, as if what you're doing on the road affects people in the bush. You think they give a damn about what you're doing on the road? If you like, go to a village and bomb it till the kingdom come. It cannot stop men from the bush from coming out to do their work. And for the very first time on the 31st, in the next 2 days, I will give the order. If there is any stupidity anywhere, I will give the order for ESN to leave the bushes and come out on the streets. From the 31st, day after tomorrow. Allow me to warn all your governors now. Any state governor starting from Dave Umahi, I swear to God Almighty in heaven, if you try any rubbish on the 31st by trying to penalize anybody opening their shop on the 31st, I will ask ESN to come out on the streets of Abakaliki. At your also, because you're a fool, a complete idiot you are. Go back to your 419. You have lived all your life deceiving people and calling them to make money. Before they finally recognized you and appointed you, same thing with Hope Usadema. He was secretary of 419ers in Lagos. Who doesn't know that? Look at Ararume. All criminals and vagabonds. These are the idiots that you call political leaders. And you want to go and bring whatever you like. Let me go to Abuja. You that you go there, Mietela will raise your abada and lower your trouser and deal with you. They will take away your boxer short from you. You are the one who can represent us. A coward like you. Did you defend the Boy State? You wretched idiot. Did you defend the Boy State? I'm asking you. It was IPOB that did it, not you, fool. When you defeat the Nigerian army, they will go after civilians. That is why I am warning tonight. Nobody should go out, please. After 6 p.m. every blessed day. You know, our people are very stubborn. If you're a young man or woman, you go out in the night, they will kill you. If you don't stay, if you leave the roads open so that men can meet them, we know there will be no casualties. Leave the road. Every 6 p.m. across Biafra land, people should be in their houses. Leave the roads open. Stop interfering. Because when they see you, they will arrest you. Anybody they see, they arrest. We have arrested the sponsors of Look at Fools. We hired new consultants in the USA. You arrest somebody who is selling watermelon as a sponsor, who is sponsoring IPOB. Are you not an idiot? And they will ask their zoo journalists to write, and they start writing nonsense. They hate you. Nigeria, or should I say Nigerians, hate you as a Biafran with passion. That is something that Dave Umahi doesn't know. That is something that the other idiotic governors do not know. On the 31st, we shall tell the whole world that we mean business. Complete and utter lockdown. Shut down everywhere. I know one or two idiots who carry their basket. We are going to market. Can get change home that day. The land will eat you that very day. As you're going out to look for what the children will eat, the land will eat you instead. Complete lockdown. I have given the orders this evening to make sure that Omeire, Enugu, and Abakaliki is part of what we're doing. Any chairman of any market, be it Obani market, be it any market that opens on that very day, you're a gunner. A lamb more. Highest thing, they will write about it for 2 or 3 days and will be forgotten. Complete lockdown. We must remember those that made it possible for us to be alive today. We know that in Aba, they are there. The zoo soldiers, fallen terrorists in uniform. They are camped. These are Boko Haram people that they've not Boko Haram. In fact, this is what are they called again? Al Shabaab. They are camped in Aba now, in a hotel at Ungwa Road, by a place they call Amanketa. There's a hotel there. They are there. And the person who is directing them is a Fulani boy that grew up in the area. Their operation will start tonight. That is the reason why I'm doing this broadcast. In Aba, everybody must go inside tonight, so that anything we see outside on the road is bushmeat. Or should I say road meat this time around? Or township meat. Clear from the roads from tonight. Clear from the roads tonight. So that when they are approaching, we can see them. I am warning of those that didn't. You know how people don't listen, and every informant will be identified. Can you believe that Inhejirika was talking rubbish at Abia State or whatever security summit? Inhejirika, an Igbo man. Do you know what he was saying? That the government should do whatever they can to protect informants. I don't know. There is something they drink. I think once they go to Abuja or Lagos, there's something they give them. They drink. A previously sensible person will start to talk like an idiot. Inhejirika without shame, sacked by Jonathan, although he was doing well relatively against Boko Haram. You want to come down to your land to recruit informants to be pointing at people. And anywhere you see an informant, please, you know that hand, that finger they use to point at houses. Don't kill them, just cut off the finger. So that they will go back and tell their children how they lost one of their fingers. They're in Aba tonight, and they are everywhere, in and around Omeire. Do not go out at night. Leave the road open for men to engage them, because they are cowards. They always take out their frustrations on civilians. That's if one idiot was writing, I don't like to be killed. Remember Sakibian? But they have been chased away from every Sharia state in the north. Attacked and chased away. Once in a while, you will see channels TV, they will write, we killed 10 Boko Haram today. Have you ever seen them before write and say, we've killed ISIS before? You people that cannot reason very well. What does that tell you about the relationship between these terrorist governments and ISIS in West Africa? But your brain will not go there, will it? After all, you're these UG black people. What do you know? Your brain can never get there. I'm asking you, have you ever seen them write on the pages of newspapers that they successfully engaged ISIS in West Africa province? No, never. They always say it's Boko Haram, Boko Haram, Boko Haram, because them and ISIS are working in tandem. A terrorist government. A terrorist as a police commissioner in the East telling us what to do after killing us. Should I say 5 million of us many, many years ago. Every informant in Biafra land will be identified, arrested, and dealt with. I can assure you of that. I know that Dave Omahi is serving Fulani interests in our land. Ever since we drove away his Mieti Allah friends, he has been at the forefront of the arrest and execution of many young people in Ebonyi State. This evil man even had the presence of mind to ask people not to remember the dead. Are we just remembering them for nothing? They fought and died for us. Even on every January the 15th, the zoo called Nigeria will remember their soldiers. And you're asking us not to remember those that saved our lives. Without them today, who knows? Maybe I'll be answering Ahmed. Who knows? We must honor them. As somebody wrote now on Instagram, a word is enough for the wise. It's another one we put on the 31st. You know the way we love dead bodies. Your obituary will happen. At least we'll go there and eat rice. Ndara. Monday is a lockdown, 31st of May. Complete and utter shutdown of the entire Biafra land. Evil people like Dave Omahi cannot be allowed to prevail over what is good. We often lament about marginalization of our people, but we are the ones making it possible for Fulani to marginalize us. Because if we rise up and say enough is enough, they cannot start that rubbish. You think that by begging they will love you? They will love you? Of course not. Every Sabo will go down. Every supporter of Fulani genocide in our land will go down. This generation is not joking. You can go inside the township and arrest as many people as you like. That is your business. The real men are there in the bushes. If you say, have you ever wondered why they cannot go into the bush to go and look for men? They're always outside. They're running around from one checkpoint to the other. Come into the bush. And to all apologies of Fulani genocide, I want to remind you of one thing. What did we do to you in 2014 when you killed us? 2015, 2016. What did IPOB do then? Nothing. The more you kill us, the more we protest, the more you kill, the more we protest, the more you kill. Until at a time, God sent his angels to say enough is enough. And that's the era we're in now. And you think we're going to stop? Of course not. Instead, everything will die. You know, it's incremental, gradual. Very soon now, I will introduce what I call the air gun solution. Air gun is not air gun. The air gun is the Israeli freedom fighting movement, along with Haganah, that blew the British out of Palestine, so to speak. or also out of the land of Israel. We are getting there very slowly. Very, very slowly. Because they can never win. See, Dave man, you cannot win. The zoo called Nigeria can never win. Because we now have the army of the people. Indestructible. By the grace of Almighty in heaven. And on that very note, we have come to the end of this very brief program. Let me remind you once again, please. Tomorrow is a mini sit at home, so to speak. Monday is the real deal. 31st, nobody should come outside. If you have relatives in Omeire, go and tell them all. Go and tell them. Because the wait now, around 12, they'll start creeping out to see. Our people are very foolish. Let me try and see if I can open my shop to see what will happen. Until your brain will be on the floor. Then an alarm, your eyes will open. Thank you very much for listening. And you sit at home wherever you are on Monday. From me, from here. Good evening.
Why you hating a brother? Cause of color my skin. My religion believe a fade. People can learn to aid. They can be taught to love and slave mentality. Human rights activists don't walk to freedom. Just like Mandela. Hatred and appetite. The struggle against racism. Justice and equity. Don't forget your history. Restore the Luther King who foretold the American dream. Africa unite and wake up. We need one love and one voice. Xenophobia, fuck that. Our enemies, our leaders. These tyrants ain't giving up. Join the politics. Fuck, we need to unite and kick them out. Long live Bobby Wine. Show where they are to Igbo. Sean Kuti, Pelu Faz, Gani Adams, freedom fighters. Nnamdi Kanu, Pelu Biafra. Which way? Africa.